This is the Speedblade test that I did recently. It was back in October, but I'm just doing a video for the blog now. This was tested against or alongside the rocket blades. Both were the same shaft flex, same length, same lie. I don't know the exact same spec, but I know they're the same loft as well. So let's just get into the nitty-gritty. What did I think on the Speedblade, the new iron for 2013/14 season? First things first, I thought it was a really good iron. I think it felt really nice off the face. And in comparison, in all fairness, I didn't actually strike the ball as well as I did the rocket blade. And when we actually have a look at the numbers, even though I didn't strike it as well, the overall carry and distance were better. Which, if I can hit a ball not as well and carry it further, I think for the club golfer, that's something they might want to have a look at. So let's have a look at the data and just see how they fared against each other. All the rocket blade numbers are in white up here, and you can see I was average carry 176.6. I hit the ball pretty nice, and that would be around where I'd probably hit my own personal 7-iron, around 170, 175. These are particularly powerful irons, and certainly last season, if anyone was asking me what's one of the longest irons out there on the market, I was putting rocket blades certainly up in the top 2 of what I thought were the best irons out there for pure distance and forgiveness. So when we come down and have a look at the numbers for the Speedblade, we can start to see this average starts jumping up, and ignore that second one for the moment, we'll talk about that in a second, but we're averaging around 182, 185 sort of mark. A couple of dodgy ones that I didn't quite catch, smash factor 1.34 there, and it still carried 177 yards. So even my worst strike in terms of between the two was actually carrying further than the average distance I was carrying the rocket blades, which, if you can hit it worse and carry it further and be just as accurate, that's a pretty good thing. Now back to this one here, that's something that I wouldn't personally want in an iron. I wouldn't want one that just jumps an extra 10 yards. That's a club further at least. I also wouldn't want a 7-iron that's going 194 yards. That's too long for me, and I don't think I'd be able to control it. But we have to put that down to a bit of a freak. The spin rate's dropped by best part of nearly 1,000, and it's just gone. It could have been a dodgy ball, or just one that came out the screws. It did feel good, but if we take that out and have a look at the average, it doesn't affect it too much. It's still averaging 183 yards in comparison to 176.6. So is this iron for everyone? Maybe not. I think the better golfer, the guys that strike it reasonably consistent, are going to get the best out of this iron. I think the entry-level golfer and the beginner golfer, this iron isn't for you. I think there's probably something better out there for you that you're going to get more out of. I certainly think the looks are better, which I've spoken about in the blog, which you can read about. But overall, is this iron worth testing when you're coming to changing your clubs for this season 2013-14? Absolutely. It's long, it's forgiving, it's hot off the face, and it looks better than the rocket blades as well. So if you are upgrading or thinking about upgrading, aesthetically you're going to get a better iron, not just a better performing iron. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the blog. Any questions, please feel free to drop me an email at tom@motleyGolf.co.uk. Yeah, and speak soon.